Just want to make sure I don't accidentally press the B key. All right, guys. It is time for iCast, your freaking awesome replays, ICYFAR for short. It's like Fun Day Monday with a little bit more swearing. And this week's challenge was fake news, where you need to announce every single piece of tech that you go to your opponent in chat. Now, if someone forgets it once or twice in a heated battle, that's alright. We're not going to fucking disqualify people for no reason, as long as the overall entertainment quality of the game makes up for it. And this is something which we always apply. If you guys want to bend the rules in ICYFAR, that's okay. You want to get around them in a kind of funny way while still technically fulfilling the rules? Fucking go for it. Have some fun with it. Just make sure the game's actually entertaining. Only send in one replay each. We sometimes get people sending 15 replays over to Eon Blue and saying, I just couldn't. I played 15 games with the challenge. They're all pretty good. Take a look. And Eon Blue says, I'm not going to download or look at any of those. Because if you can't choose which one's your best one, you think I'm going to watch 15 of them? Get fucked. So, guys, remember to follow the fucking description, put it in the title and all that, email it through, all the info's in chat. If you guys want to get your replays in for next week, of course, there's a brand new challenge, and it is the Salt Mine. Share those salty tears, get your vial, collect them up, and share them, spread them around by sending in your replays where your opponents are salty as fuck. Speaking of people who are going to be salty as fuck, up here in the top right-hand side, the Protoss player representing Falpal, it is Alchemy. Holy shit, did these guys actually set this up as a custom? Oh, I've been wanting people to do this. They've both decided to play the challenge down here in the bottom left. In the red, it's Zandrafe. Oh my god, I suggested this once or twice during the last week. I said, guys, this would be the most hilarious challenge for you to actually just fucking grab someone else from the Discord or the Twitch channel and say, hey, let's play a custom. Let's both fucking do the exact same thing. Oh my god, they're typing out everything. I meant just like if you go Starport with a tech lab or you're going for a Ghost Academy announce it. These guys are like announcing second pylons. What the fuck? They're going to struggle to just spend their money. They're spending so much time typing. The Reaper's going to hunt down this fucking probe over here. We've got 600 minerals in the bank for Zandrave. Zandrave's like, oh shit, man, what do I even do with my money right now? Fuck. Alchemy, on the other hand, is doing a bit of a better job. Is chrono boosting out a Stalker, talking about it in the chat. We've got 2 more barracks. Zandrave sticking on 1 base. Oh my lord. And in comes a Reaper here. Bit of a sad face for Zandrave, who maybe realized he doesn't really have a great game plan and it's kind of hard to macro whilst announcing literally fucking every single thing you're doing in the chat, hey? Both players here are about to give us one of the most fucking ridiculous games. No one can surprise the other. I was really looking forward to today's challenge, guys, for a good reason. When someone announces in chat in a random ladder game, hey, I'm going Dark Templar, it's the fucking last thing you expect. You're like, this cunt's just macroing up with Colossi, isn't he? But if you've got 2 people who are fucking just telling each other what's happening, like, what even goes on? Alchemy's going a second gate. Zandrave's like, I'm getting a Starport, buddy. Okay, Alchemy's just like, nah, 1 Stalker, and that Stalker's going to go across the map. Oh my lord, there's fucking 0 defense at home. Alchemy here, a little bit like fucking Kramer. Whoa, no, it wasn't Kramer. It was that weird character in that fucking Seinfeld episode who leaves his door unlocked because he says he likes to entice fucking burglars into his apartment. That's fucking Alchemy right here. He's like, look, it's an empty probe line. Come and get it. Thankfully for him, Zandrave does not take advantage. Brings the Reaper home. There's a little bit afraid of this fucking laser boy over here. And Alchemy is like, what's the last thing you'll expect? It's oh wait, I just told you I'm building an Immortal. There is no fucking secrets in this game whatsoever. It's all going to be out there. And, the funny thing is, this is that rare scenario where the fake news is about as real as the news could possibly be, and there's no disputing it. Is that Immortal going to pop out there? I don't think there's a spot for it to pop out. It should pop out over here. I love it when units get trapped between buildings, but unfortunately for my entertainment, Alchemy does place those buildings correctly and does look alright. So there's an Observer on the way. We've got some Stalkers, Medevacs and Marines on the way. Zandrafe hasn't really added any tech in a while. Is just going for those Medevacs. Going to start some upgrades on the eBay as well. And I think both players getting to that point where they realize we're not really gonna fucking surprise each other. I guess we just macro up and try to build a big army. The laser boy's still fucking poking around. That Reaper there, a little bit ambitious, tries to fight the Stalker for a few seconds. And good to see fireworks still popping up above these command centers. Now let's see you go right over this Stalker. Oh, the fucking pickup right here. These Marines ready to drop into the enemy base. But no, they're just hiding. Okay, they're just gonna... Are they having a drink? I think they're maybe drinking in there. Maybe having a bit of a party. Are they preparing for droppy exercises? No, they're waiting for a few more Marines. They wanted to be full. They're going to boost out the Stalker, completely unawares of this double drop coming across the map. But oh, fuck me. 4 Stalkers. Alchemy says, I'm going to drop your main. It's not even just announcing the tech. The fake news comes to the next level. He's trying to freak them out with his fucking leftist agenda here. Look at this. He's literally coming into the left of the base. Except it's from the right, but he's coming into the left from the right, if you know what I'm talking about. Either way, fake news. And it looks like the Infowars may be won here by Alchemy so far, doing some great damage, forcing Zandrafe's fucking liberal drop over there to pick up and come on back. Look at this fucking shit. These Stalkers just evacuating the whole mineral line. Oh, maybe not the smartest pickup, though. Oh, fuck me. Zandrafe slaps that shit down and says, guns are good, mate. Get fucked. Zandrafe shuts it down. Alchemy's like, maybe I shouldn't have told him about me drop going in there. Then stayed for a full minute while the Marines unloaded before I left. Thankfully, though, for Alchemy, Zandrafe's like, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm going to put my SCVs back on minerals, slowly start to rebuild. This Observer's just going to have a perv. He likes to watch. Often wonders why his relationships failed in the past. Probably because he never actually put a finger on his Observer partner. But the partner really wanted, you know, to get a bit physical. This Observer's like, nah, I just like sitting in the cupboard and watching you sleep. Not the most romantic thing. So any advice for you boys, girls out there, any of you people who are struggling with keeping your partner happy in a relationship, remember sitting in the cupboard and watching them sleep, probably not the best thing to do. Learn from Observers. They live lonely existences and they really just don't get that much fun out of life. Now Zandrafe's come in here and I gotta say Zandrafe starting to try and, fucking just leaves half the Marines alive. Is like, yeah, those were the Marines with like, I don't know, they follow a different religion to these Marines. This is like the higher caste in the society or some shit. I don't know, maybe a different skin color, maybe a different religion. Whatever it is, I'm starting to sense there's a bit of a division in Zandrafe's Terran society where one medevac of Marines get evacuated out of the hotspot and the other one get left on the ground to fucking die while the medevac pilot says, sorry, didn't have orders to pick you up, haha. Now, I may have spoken too quickly because these guys, I said they were getting evacuated. Maybe Zandrafe's just a sick fuck because he left them sitting there for about a minute. I thought the Stalkers were going to come and kill them. No, it's okay. They are apparently part of the rich upper class. They're going to get home. They're going to get saved for now. Good on you, Zandrafe. Great to see a nice caste society. Of course, I still haven't figured out how to identify them. They all look fucking identical to me, but we're going to find out by how Zandrafe handles the micro on these Marines and sees how they work out. Now, Alchemy on the side is going to be going into High Templar. Has mentioned Immortal, Twilight, going to drop your main, now building Shield Battery. I don't see any sign of a fucking Templar Archives. There we go, Alchemy. Good job, mate. Says, building High Templar, Storm finished. You know, it's late reporting, but it's still accurate reporting. It's, you know, it's like, okay, we chose not to cover this because it goes against our political agenda, but eventually we got in trouble, we lost some credibility, now we're finally going to mention it. It's not quite 100% fake news, but it's kind of in the same vein. The Immortals are now coming out. Meanwhile, Zandrafe hasn't mentioned any tech in about 10 minutes because Zandrafe's a Terran player, so he just builds Marines and Marauders, and Medevacs followed by more Marines, more Marauders, more Medevacs. Followed by some more Marines, Marauders occasionally, some Medevacs. Oh, fuck me, Alchemy's moving out of the base. Uh-oh, you're gonna have to recall quick fast if you want to save your tech. The Twilight Council goes down, the robotics goes down. Zandrafe says, welcome to Dicktown. Your tech is fucked. I just killed Tasteless. That's Artosis. Thankfully, no regrets still over there holding down the fort, but fuck me! The Revenge of the Psystorm. Zandrafe's entire army gets massacred. It turns out I'm not sure if this was just a terrible mistake or if those were all part of whichever ethnicity slash religious minority that the Zandrafe does not care about their lives, because they were actually being controlled well. It seemed like a smart tactical mission. They were being microed. They did some damage. But the damage was very quickly followed up by fucking suicide, stand in the Psystorms, tank it, and try to fight the massive Immortals and charge lots coming your way. Not the smartest play from Zandrafe. Maybe, not sure if military bungle or purposefully ethnic cleansing. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. We're going to have to keep watching and find out here. It seems like there's transition into the Marauders, the tanks, a couple of little Vikings here. I don't know if you guys know Vikings have 135 hit points now. So it's basically a paperweight that is now not made out of balsa wood, but reinforced cardboard. So it's a little bit tough to cut unless you actually have fucking Zealots and Immortals and anything else that fucking kills shit. Thankfully for, of course, Zandrafe here, Alchemy's gonna fight the Planetary Fortress, but oh, look at that! Fucking trying to dodge the Psystorm. If Alchemy says it's bath time, Zandrafe says we've got new upgraded Marauder armor, dickhead. Oh, what's this? Me Vikings landed as well. How about you take a trip to Dicktown? Alchemy says, yeah, that wasn't too fun. It tasted kind of bad. Ugh, that's gross. Let's go triple robo. I need some more Immortals. Both players freezing up on the fake news as this game goes further and further. Alchemy has still been announcing proxy pylons, gonna attack your third. Zandrafe is like, fuck me, I've got Terran things to do, mate. I can't just build 16 pylons in a go with one probe. Yeah, you look at fucking Alchemy, Alchemy's like, oh, I need production, shift, click, 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 done. Fucking meanwhile, Zandrafe swapping add-ons like a madman. He's trying to build depots and use supply drops and drop mules. He's like, there's too many fucking things to click on as a Terran player. I'm gonna swap to Protoss like Beastie Cutie. And Zandrafe's like, I can't type at the same time. I'm losing the Infowars here. The fake news is not coming out from my side. I love Beastie. No harm, no foul. I love Beastie. We're not making fun of him. We're all Beastie fans. Honestly, is impressive though to see a player swap to Protoss and get rank 25 GM by basically just building DTs and disruptors in the first 2 weeks. It was pretty fucking good. For anyone who doesn't watch Beastie Cutie stream, check that shit out. Class act. You've never seen someone just build meme units and get so high on the EU GM ladder so quickly. It was incredible. Reminiscent of when Scarlet gets really fucking tilted and starts playing Mass Oracle on the ladder. Good times. Good times. The third base is now being rebuilt. Zandrafe is still there, just sitting here, adding upgrades, getting some Liberators. This is what I'm talking about. One probe boy could have just been like bam, 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 3 pylons, but the depots build separately. Clearly imbalanced. That everything should be identical. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Marines should just be Zealots, but with a different skin. I think the game would be better than Warcraft 2 was amazing. We need more Warcraft 2 style RTS games. Fucking asymmetric balance can get fucked. Speaking of getting fucked, I think Zandrafe would like to grab Alchemy by the hand and firmly lead him on a dance called Bio Liberators are gonna kill everything. Little does he know, Alchemy is like, not only am I ahead in the Infowars, I am ready to stack Psystorms all over your face. I don't care how dirty your Marines and Marauders are, they're gonna get a real scrubbing behind the ears from these High Templar. I'm just saying, even if you're spread across 3 screens with this bio, the High Templar are gonna put 16 storms out per Marine, and it's gonna be one of the most brutal, disgusting things of all time. Alchemy is ready to take Zandrafe to Dicktown, and I am very impressed already in my mind's eye if Zandrafe doesn't just get fucking completely one-sidedly stomped in the next fight. On the plus side, Zandrafe does have good upgrades, so Bio versus Zealots should go well for the Terran. But, yeah, I've seen how this goes. Okay, Zandrafe is like, I'm scanning, you've got 16 Psystorms, 30 Zealots, 6 Immortals. Now, all we're really casting now is Zandrafe's brain. It's ticking. It's saying 16 Storms, 30 Zealots, 6 Immortals. What beats that? Maybe if I just drop me entire army in your main base and you're not watching. So this is, I feel like, in his mind, it's a genius idea and it's almost really smart, except Ah, fuck me. Little spotty zealot over here gets his walkie-talkie out. He's like, mate, there's a lot of Terrans flying towards our main base. I would advise we fuck them up. Zandrave says, well, the last thing you'd expect after spotting my army dropping towards your main is my army to drop towards your main. So I'm going to pick up, boost towards the main, and then at the last moment, a fragment of doubt will enter my eye, and I'll say, maybe that's not a good idea. Does turn around, decides to drop, sets up some random freedom on top of the female Karak. The Liberators decide, nah, we're not really anti-Karak Liberators. We're anti-Protoss. We don't want to kill her. She's just hanging out in the army now. Look at her. Look at her lovely lady. These Terrans a little bit better off than Australians in the 20th century. They have not yet lost the Karak War. Don't know if you guys heard about that one. Bunch of Karaks. There was an infestation. And yeah, let's just, it's not our proudest military moment, but you know, it's okay. We all live and learn. Speaking of living and learning, it's bath time. Do you have your bath, Zandrave? Are you ready for your bath time? Here comes the Psystorms. Oh, scrubbing in behind the ears, getting in deep. It's perfect angle for Alchemy. I'm so impressed by the angle Alchemy's coming in from. You can see the perfect ball of Protoss units all stuck behind each other. The Psystorms occasionally landing on the spread out bio. And Zandrave somehow has managed to bait Alchemy into the worst fight of all fucking time. And the 16 Psystorms, almost all of the High Templar fucking died to the Liberators and tanks. The beautiful concave of bio. And I can't even believe what I just watched. Alchemy was trying to force his way through there. It was like watching a 700 kilogram obese person stuck between one of those spinny doors that rotate, and they're stuck in between two bits and they're trying to squeeze through, but the more they squeeze, the more like a big fucking section of fat gets stuck in between the door and the turny bit. And it's really fucking brutal because the more they struggle, the more it gets stressed out and their body's getting kind of stretched a bit. It was trying to fit about 200 supply of Protoss through this fucking choke point into an arc of Liberator bio. Not the prettiest thing the Protoss people have ever seen, I don't think. But to be fair, Zandrave is a pretty nice dude. When he's not ethnically cleansing his own units, he likes to give his opponent a good chance to get back in the game. Has decided to take about 2 minutes before walking into this base. Thankfully for him, there's no more Psystorm, but there's a fuckload of Immortal Zealots starting to make its way in here, and that's not too bad an army. Immortal's going to do very well versus Marauders. These Marauders all gunning him down, and I think Zandrave is kind of hesitating right now. It's like, I don't want to finish the game because these are the people who believe in the fucking Karak god right here. We don't like them. We all praise our statue of Mengsk. You have a shrine of Mengsk in every home. You fucking light some candles and pray to it and shit. But those fucking Karak pagans over there, we let them fight. We're all one society. But before the war ends, wouldn't it be convenient if we maybe just find a way to walk most of them into Psystorm? And then we can slowly, systematically remove their rights to, you know, obtain property, have objects, open bank accounts without government interference, and anything else which allows them to operate as a free and individual people with agency within a society. You've got to remember, guys, Zandrave is a piece of shit who doesn't like people who follow other belief systems and really does want to get his units killed off. Oh, apparently it's a couple of Karak worshippers in those Liberators left out there in the open on their own. Zandrave does come forward, is like, hey, we've got to pretend we want to actually fight, but Alchemy's here and Alchemy's ready to fuck right now. More horny than a Villo with a bunch of Ravens coming in there with the Immortals, the Charizards and the Void Rays, and Zandrave is actually fucking taking a decent little angle, does turn around and takes the fight, says we've got to take down these fucking Protoss. My god, Immortals and Void Rays are good against Immortals, against Marauders, but I don't think it's enough for Alchemy. Shit, is there anything that shoots up? One fucking Thor comes in, it's got its splash damage mode. That's a fuck off bunch of Chad Rays right there. Holy shit, what a bunch of beta cucks. Look at them run. Bunch of fucking plebs. The Chad Rays are flexing. They're like, mate, I've been going to the gym and banging all of these fucking chicks every day for years for a reason. It's so I can just show how fucking alpha I am. They show up to the job interview. They don't even answer any questions. They just tell the person to fucking hire them, and they do. Meanwhile, bunch of fucking Marauders and Marines over here for Xandre are like, oh, we're kind of fucking shit. We don't really shoot up. None of me Thors have been swapped into me high impact payload yet. Oh, fuck. Too many Chads, man. I don't know if you guys are familiar with too many cooks, too many Chads. Also a similar conundrum for many people out there. I personally have been in this situation in the early days of my Starcraft 2 4v4 ladder experience. And let's see, okay, the Chads are going to back off. These are a bunch of well-educated Chads. They aren't the idiots that just headbutt. You know, they're not just your uneducated jocks. These are your trust fund Chads. These are your Chads that know how to go together in a group and fucking take care of all of those fucking pussy marauders out there. Those fucking losers. And they're just going to group up, you know. I do like that after that first fight where Alchemy fucking A-moved into the Choke of Death, Alchemy said, you know what? I don't think Psystorm's even a good spell. I'm not going to build it anymore. It didn't work out too well there. Better stop building Psystorm. Hasn't rebuilt a single High Templar since that battle. The Chads come forward and say, a concave of Marines and Thors seems like a good fight. Let's take it. Apparently, because everything went right for them in life up to this point, due to their good looks and wealthy status, as well as, of course, their white t-shirts, they were indeed in the bubble, and they didn't actually have the developed skills to realize that a concave of Marines and Thors is not a good situation and you should fucking run away. Zero survival instincts. Darwin does end up triumphing there, and Alchemy says, well, that's okay. Here comes Chadriers. I don't even know. We don't even have a nickname for carriers. But basically, it's the high-tech version of throwing your babies at your opponent. Not quite the same as a Broodlord, which literally just picks up its baby and throws it at the enemy. But it does the same version. They're robot babies. I like to imagine they're little wallies with lasers that shoot out and start zapping things. Don't know if it's going to be enough here. Might be a little bit too little too late. Can't help but wonder what would have happened if Alchemy had gone for a bit more Psystorm. But in the end, Xandrafe avoids bath time, gets a little bit of a scrubbing behind the ears, but comes out on top of that after fucking setting up the concave on top of the ramp and actually upgrading the bio unit. So hats off to Xandrafe there. Marines, Marauders apparently beat 16 High Templar with Psystorm, 6 Immortals, and 46 Zealots. If your opponent attacks through the choke point of death. And yeah, that was kind of brutal. I kind of want to rewatch that fight one more time. I feel like we need an instant replay, because it was one of my favorite moments in this game. It's about, what, 13 minutes or something? Oh, I found it. 16 minutes. Too good. So I'm gonna fucking show you guys that fight one more time. So let's go in. Let's take a look. Check this shit out. He's like, I'm maxed out. You're only at 170 supply. You've got shitty Marines and Marauders, a single lib, a single tank. There's landed Vikings. Look at this hodgepodge piece of shit army from Xandrafe. Fucking terrible. Look at this beautiful fucking Protoss ball of death right here. Alchemy comes forward, all 54 units in that army on one control group, and says, you know what, the best possible angle I could take, let's go. And once you're committed, you don't want to back out, you gotta keep committing. The slow motion engagement here, you can see most of the units of Alchemy definitely fighting at once. Oh my god, even dodged that first storm almost completely. Jesus, a few storms finally land, a couple of feedbacks land on everything. But a little bit late on the extra Psystorm wave. Still 90% of the Protoss units not fighting. And Alchemy is going to have nightmares about that one for weeks. Ah, GG, well played. Fucking Xandrafe brings it back from what I thought was a definite loss. GG's. My man.